Hello, foodies! Welcome back to Foot in Review, your tri-weekly dose of FIFA Ultimate Team goodness. It is Monday. We've had a terrific weekend, and of course, we're ready to review some players we've teased on this Friday. But let's start by saying hi. My name is John Olson, and I'm foot coaching, and it's my pleasure to introduce my co-host, the man who will answer the question: can there be such thing as too many upgrades? It's none other than the former Foot in Review teddy bear, currently known as the Coach Slayer. I should get a team for that. It's Chris.
Hey mate, how are you? You'll notice that for those who can see me on video, I'm wearing orange. This is for Wednesday. Good luck to you guys in the conference. Hopefully do go one better than the Mighty Rangers.
I appreciate it. And for anyone watching, I'm in full support as well, because I'm wearing blue for you.
No, thank you, mate. I need that. A wee bit of cheering up. Saying that, we won the cup. We won the cup on Saturday, so that's how it goes some way. The Scottish Cups, that goes some way to the heart that we felt on Wednesday night.
I've heard your opponents were dressed in maroon, though.
Purple, some people say, John.
Let's go there again. All right. How you doing, Chris? Besides, of course, the unfortunate event that occurred on past Wednesday.
Mate, I tell you, it was a great experience. Had an absolute wonderful time, and a big thanks to all the guys for all the people of Seville. It was a wonderful city. People get a chance to visit. Great place, nice and warm, especially here when you look at Scotland, looking at the weather just now. Oh, it's actually sunny, but it was raining 5 minutes ago. And all good. End of the season, isn't it? It's a weird feeling.
Yeah, it very much is. I usually don't really like this time, but we have something to look forward this Wednesday when the Conference Cup final actually is against Roma. So that's the last thing to look for. But I hate the fact that there's no football anymore, right?
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, that, isn't it? You know, I mean, it's a strange one. You know, it's been a build-up all season, and then all of a sudden now it's stopped. Especially, I'm thinking last year was the Euros. I'm trying to remember, such a long time ago.
Yeah, now there's a big gap. But hey, Formula 1 is still going. And I actually got 2 messages this weekend saying, hey, can't you guys do a Formula 1 review over the summer? Or is it possible in 75 days from today on, you guys start a Premier League in review that occurs every week? Like, cool ideas, but I'll definitely need a new crew for that, because I won't be able to keep up with it.
Oh, definitely. The Premier League was really exciting yesterday. Sorry to Ingve. I'm sure he thought his luck was in when Man City were 2-0 down, and all of a sudden they came back to win 3-2. What an amazing end to a game that was.
Yeah, it was very exciting. I tuned in, and I think Liverpool was 1-1, and I think City was behind. So I was like, you know what? Hey, am I seeing this correctly? Is this in Ingve, you're nervous? You're like, I'm very nervous. But 10 minutes later, I think I'd probably better off not sending him any more messages for the coming period.
For sure.
And I didn't. So this is our personal message to you. We're sorry. But of course, GG to all City fans, because the level is incredibly high, and I think it's a good thing to see every week them and Liverpool going at it. It's brilliant, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, 2 wonderful teams. It's just unlucky they're both there in the same era. I'd be interested to see if one of them wasn't there, because I think the other one would run away with it. Absolutely no
Easily,
problem.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got Saturday to look forward to. The Champions League final. Big game against the mighty Real Madrid, and they're always good in this tournament, aren't they? They've won it so many times.
Yeah, but they played a little bit less, right? So they got a week extra of rest as well. So
yeah,
it's always a weird thing to be at. I've heard you had a officially on the pitch football question for us.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and I know Foot Grandpa, he's in the chat, he's listening tonight, so he might be interested in this one as well. It's just that in English football, there seems to be a real fashion now for players getting on the pitch, and fans run on the pitch after the game, and we've had actually a couple of players assaulted, and Patrick Vieira for some reason was involved in an altercation. I don't know why MD wanted to take him on. His arms are so long that he can actually tie his shoelaces without bending over.
Yeah, if you want to. He's the last person, right? You see him standing on the pitch.
Exactly.
If you want to medal around, you're like, you know what?
I'll just leave that. Yeah, and I know we always got to say allegedly, because none of these things are proven. But if anybody sees a video, I take it somebody somewhere has annoyed him, and I just wonder if this happens in Dutch football, and what people can actually do, or the authorities can do, to stop this from happening. Because there's now a claim that the Aston Villa goalkeeper was assaulted after the Man City game. I see on the BBC website today. And it just seems a bit unfortunate and also dangerous. We've had someone jailed in the UK just I think it was this week, for an altercation that happened at the Nottingham Forest game. I mean, it just was a ridiculous incident to happen. What does it happen in Dutch football, John?
And the thing is, I think it's two different sides of the story, because it has happened before here, but in the current stadiums, it's near impossible to get even on the pitch.
Right.
Because there's always either a gap between you and the pitch. If you want to try to get on the pitch at the Kuip, for example, at Feyenoord, you actually have to cross a gap, which is, I think, 3 meters deep.
Right, so it's like we'd call it a moat in the UK.
Yeah, you really don't want to. You really don't want to try it. So I think it's much cooler to be in England, sitting at the pitch and watching that up close. But then again, you guys have signs that says "keep off the grass," and people usually, until a couple of weeks ago, stayed off the grass. We can't even get near the grass. So does it happen in lands? Almost never anymore. But that's also because there's no real possibility to get close.
Yeah, as I say, the vast majority of fans who went on that pitch were actually well behaved, but it is a dangerous situation as well. For me, I just think the authorities will have to kind of stamp out. I'm not being a killjoy, but I'd like to see. I've talked about it on the Discord today that I think it's going to have to be points deduction for a mass pitch invasion. You do get the odd 1 or 2 person protesting, don't you? But at the moment, it just seems to be a fashion thing to run on the pitch, and it's a wee bit disappointing. And I feel sorry for the teams who win as well, because it takes a bit of the shine off them. Because Foot Grandpa's team's done absolutely brilliant for where they were, to get to the final and a chance to get into the Prem. So
can you blame the players themselves? That's always a disadvantage, right? And of course, as a Feyenoord fan, we've had plenty of troubles with fans before. But usually it leads to high fines, playing without crowds, stuff like that, or not being able to go anymore on away games in Europe. And that all sucks, but in the end, the players can't really do much about it. So thinking getting points reducted because of one drunken fan, it's sometimes...
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say one fan, but I think if there's a mass pitch invasion, then I think what you'll find is the fans themselves will police them, and that's probably the best way. They'll say, like, don't bother running on the pitch, you're going to end up getting punished here.
It only requires a couple of fans to jump up on the field and everyone goes, right? So
no, you're right. It's a shame. It doesn't happen in Scotland because in the 80s we had a cup final between Rangers and Celtic, and it was a pitch battle and police horses were involved, and ever since then there's been no alcohol in the stadium, which has led to a better behaviour. There was one in the Scottish Cup, Hibs and Rangers wasn't a very good situation, that one, but it happens very rarely up here. And but anyway, I just wanted to get your opinion on it, John.
I think there's no other opinion than that's really awful to do. I don't get why you would you would celebrate going on the pitch, but why would you assault the other players? It's insane.
Yeah.
And there's probably something wrong with you if you would do that. If you're assaulting Patrick Vieira, there's double the amount of things wrong with you, I guess. Not only do you do something which is ridiculous to do, but also you picked a hell of a wrong target to do so.
Yeah.
Just stop it. I think fines, or at least like a match without crowd, is usually a good way to start it up again, because it does have a big advantage of being able to be as close on the pitch as you can probably be nowhere else in the world anymore. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good atmosphere at most English grounds. There is one or two that have been, I think like West Ham's one's got a big, massive bit of ground. And you yourself being at Tynecastle, I'm sure you can appreciate the fact of being so close to the fans, John.
Yeah, it was lovely, honestly. And like I said, then you can't have that in Netherlands anymore. So compared to that, it's terrific, right? On the other side, it's a bit of a letdown that this stuff can happen. Oh well, let's hope it doesn't happen too much again. But hey, talk about not happening too much again. We've got another EA mess up, and I really hate discussing these. But this one is frustrating, mate.
I know, and when 6 o'clock came and we've got the obligatory player picks, etc. Everyone was a bit shocked when it came up as non-repeatable. Being corrected now, but you just wonder what is going on at EA, don't you?
Are they corrected? I would disagree somewhat.
All right.
If you haven't done it already, so just resume. What happened? Start up at 6 UK, 7 rest of Europe. You get the SBCs. There's upgrades as expected on a Monday because, hey, that's what we do on a Monday these days. I don't have that much further. So like, you know what? Let's do one or two, and then let's prepare for work. Yes, this is also work. And then I did one, and those were all, like you said, non-repeatable. Like, oh, what? Why are these unrepeatable? They fixed that. However, my dear friend Chris, if you already done it, you still can't do it anymore now, even though it now says repeatable.
Oh, right.
Because it still says you already completed this.
Oh, wow. Apologies, I done it later. I came in at 7 o'clock tonight, so I didn't realise it. I'd seen it come up and say it was non-repeatable, but...
So my premium La Liga upgrade now says it's repeatable, but it also says 1 out of 1 completed. And if I click it, it says fail to load challenge. And that goes for all the upgrades which I already did. So for me, it's not a big one because, you know what, I didn't have too much fodder, but I know a whole lot of guys that saved their packs openings for tonight, right? Because La Liga was one of the big leagues they wanted to go at. I think one of our Skybox tickets holder, Amar, is actually one of them.
Yes.
If you went right away at it, you now have all your packs saved up. Like he has 200 plus packs saved up, and you can't do the SBCs anymore. That's mildly infuriating.
But the thing is, John, it's just a cut and paste job, isn't it? I mean, there must be the code there. They just need to activate it. Why did it suddenly went last week from being repeatable, no problems, to this week being non-repeatable? It's really bizarre. Not being a programmer myself, I don't really know, but it just seems to be another quality control issue at EA. Just as I say, just bizarre.
Yeah, let's see how they figure this one out. Probably takes them until Thursday when they go out. So I might have Thursday, like 45 minutes to see if I can still do all these. But the one that's saved up, I'll take a day off on Thursday, which in actually many countries in Europe, it isn't a national day off. So you might be in luck. But yes, the upgrades themselves, Chris, I have to admit that I really like them because these are a little bit... If I could click them, I could see it, but they are a little bit more lenient than the other ones. The 80 plus requires 5 rares, I think.
Three rares.
No, the La Liga 80 plus double upgrade requires 5. The player pick requires.
Sorry, the player
3.
pick. Apologies. Yep.
And that one isn't necessarily La Liga though. So
no, I've just because I got Delict in one of them. The best one I got.
I don't even know what I got in the one I could do. But that's not too bad. Not all rares required there. The Premier La Liga, of course, does require all rares, which is the same as the Bundesliga from last week, which I think is fine. There's a new one, 81 times 7. Sometimes I'm like, there are so many different ways that we should try to make a SBC bingo. Like on Sunday, put out which kinds of SBC would they put out this week. And let's see if we can guess them right. But I would never have guessed an 81 plus times 7. It's like the crazy packs these days. They just, what shall we do? They roll dice like 81. Okay, times 7. Okay, that's cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I've done it, John, and it's been an absolute waste of time for me. So hopefully, you've got better luck than I've got. It's 27.5k. If you want the Benzema and the Modric of these worlds or Vinicius Jr., definitely worth giving it a go, isn't it? And as I say, it is repeatable according to Footbin. Who knows though, actually, if when you log in or go on your console?
It is it repeatable? Once. It's once repeatable. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's an 84 rated squad, I think.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
It's expensive. It's 28,000 when I've clicked on now and 29,000 on the Xbox. Have you had any luck at all?
My club's dry, right? So my team of the season thus far, I've had really cool packs. I can't really complain about anything I got. The last bit of players I got, I tossed into Cantona, of course, last week.
Okay.
So I finally have Cantona in my squad. More about him shortly. But that means I got almost no cards, high-rated cards left at all. So I have to finish the weekly league, 5 more matches, get my 8 wins in rivals. I think I actually have that, and get some rewards from there, and maybe reuse those for these SBCs. But it's now definitely that I should have maybe picked a league to go hammer cut, and I think Premier League was that for me. But I did something last week in Bundesliga as well. Some of these SBCs this week as well. I think once you go in one league, then afterwards you just have to save it back for a couple of weeks before you can go properly again. And I refuse to actually buy some FIFA points for it either. So
Yeah, don't buy FIFA points. If you take anything from this pod tonight, do not buy FIFA points.
and the other thing is, it sometimes hurts when you do SBCs too early. And sometimes when you do SBCs early and they break it, you actually get compensated really well. So I have no idea what's wisdom there, honestly.
No, it's I mean, have you actually? Then I know if people are listening, have done it. Have you actually done the Bundes Cup?
No, I've not. I've tried the Premier League Cup last week.
The Bundes Cup. I've done it,
It
and
is extremely sweaty. I did one that got 3 wins, and then I think was fine to get one of the swap tokens last week, or week before. I don't have any good Bundesliga. I think all the players there are pretty cool. All team season cards, so my opponents are really sweaty. And then they also play as if they were playing a draft final or a week league final, which makes me like, you know what, I probably better off doing some week league or like.
Well, what I was going to say, John, is now, I mean, I've done it, I've completed it, so you know how bad a player I am. I've got my 14 wins, so there's, I've got 3 games each night that are free, which I'm going to give away. Shouldn't probably say it on the podcast, I'll get EA banning me, but I'm going to give them 3 wins, and I think if somebody starts to play that, even if you've got a gold team, I think you might find that the cup itself is not that hard, and it actually pays pretty well. 3 games a night, you've got to get to 14 wins, and there's some good player picks along the way and some decent packs. So if the one comes out for the league, and I thought it would have been out tonight, it's well worth doing, well worth having a go at it. And you might, as I say, at the start it's probably a bit sweaty, but as the better players drop off, you'll find it gets a lot easier.
I could say I might give it a go, but honestly I'm not going to do it. Like I said, my team is just crap for Bundesliga.
I thought you were going to humour me there, John, and say you're going to give it a go, and then to yourself going, no chance I'm doing that.
No, there's no way. I think this is it. All right, there's a lot of people that quit during team season. They stop playing FIFA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or just stop playing FIFA properly for now. Let's say, okay, I need a rest and a break. It's too much. But this is it. I think it is crucial, and maybe we should just make a 1-minute session of this, post it on socials, right? But I think it's crucial that you pick your fights, pick your battles in this. Yes, there's a tremendous amount of content to go through if you want. They are now very upgraded, the drafts, which is awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the Bundes Cup going. They got friendlies going. Swaps come the icon swaps come tonight. So brilliant stuff. You can go out. You have your 8 weekend league matches, or your 8 rival matches, which you want to go into. You want to compete through the weekend league, which is now extended, so you can play it every time you log in, almost, right? Except for 3 days or something like that. Mm. There's so much to do. Then there's these objective plays, which are actually really cool and really fun to do. But you can't do them all.
No.
Here's my thing. It's my job, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
FIFA is my job. FIFA is my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to think about doing it all. Because it will eat me alive. It will drain all the energy out of me. It's bad for your mental health. Pick your fights. Pick what you want to do this week and just do that. FOMO doesn't exist anymore in this game. You're only FOMO because you see a 90 rated plus card. But it really doesn't matter if you have the left back from 3 weeks ago, the left back from tomorrow's SBC, or the left back from 5 weeks ago, because the difference isn't that big, right? Mm-hmm. And if there is a player you would really like to have, then that's the one you put on your list to go for. Make sure you don't burn yourself out, because it's really easy to do in an environment like this, where everything is highly competitive and where everything is now rewardable as well. Gives pretty decent rewards. So pick your fights would be my only recommendation I can give you.
No, I agree with John. I think it's very good advice. That I like the Bundes Cup because I find it quite relaxing. It's not a huge pressure. Weekend league, I think we're all getting slightly burned out with that now. We've done it for so long. I agree with you. There's a lot of good cards out there, a lot of good objective cards. And as you say, if you don't get the top rated card, there's one going to come round the corner. I'm not a big... Is it Serie A next, I imagine, or is it... I think it is. I think Ligue 1's the last one, isn't it?
I think Ligue 1 first and Serie A.
Right, Liga. Well, if it's Liga this week, you've got the big one there, and Mbappe. I imagine he'll get in, and there's always good cards there, and hopefully you get a bit of luck. But there's good, even the objective cards are good cards to play with, and good fun cards. Very much agree with you. Yeah, I think you'd need to be almost eat, sleep, or no, even sleep. You wouldn't get to sleep if you wanted to try and do every single thing that's out in FIFA now. And fair play to EA, because normally there's been a problem with lack of content. Now there's just a little bit too much.
Yeah, but I don't think there's that's my opinion. I don't think there's too much content. You just have to pick what you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm reaching level 30.
Mm-hmm.
I never reach level 30 because I can't be bothered. Oh, I almost said something different there. I can't be bothered by. And that's what you get for spending too much time with Scots. Sorry.
Exactly, mate.
But
you learn how to swear.
I got it out of my system there. But I can't be bothered by just looking at objectives, go for it, grind those points, go it. So normally I'd reach level 23, 25, maybe 27 by just playing and doing stuff around, right? But it's 2 more weeks until the season ends and I'm level 30. Never happened before, right? So it's just also a bit of luck there. And that means there's been so much content which you can do while actually doing other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And so that would be my thing. Just relax, take your time, spend some, do what you like. If you like the Bundescup, play Bundescup. I like playing Weekend League currently, so play Weekend League. If you don't have time to do it, then don't do it. It only makes things worse. I thought maybe I can squeeze in a couple of games. Those were my worst games I played all week. It doesn't work. Right? All right. Let's stop with that though. Players reviewed. I got some players reviewed, Chris.
Brilliant. Bring it on, John. Bring it on.
And the big man himself, of course, Erik King Cantona. Finally got him. Put him in striker next to CR7. And for the first 5 matches, he was pretty horrific. Like, absolutely terrible. This guy can't turn. I don't know what it is. He should have 88 agility. I gave him an engine, right? I think that boosted as well. Yeah, brings to 93. I couldn't get the swift movement in. Of course, he's a large guy, right? It just didn't work. Which is weird. I was like, you know what? Why can't I score? Maybe if I put him at a cam, didn't work either. But hey, he's got a terrific dynamic image, so that helps. Plus one there. Then I started thinking, you know what? He does have high crossing. He does have high passing. He's got great long shots. And I started to set myself a target, and I did this yesterday on a private stream we hosted for the Discord community, for the Patreons. And on that stream, I started taking green timed finesse shots and green timed power shots from distance. And oh boy, in the last 10 matches, he scored 17 goals. If you green time it with this guy, it goes in. Period. He's like my CR7. You don't see him. You think like, is he actually that good? But he doesn't miss any chances. The only thing is, do you want to play him next to a CR7? That's the thing I'm doubting for. I think you should play this guy next to a very short, nimble, fast player like probably the Ben Yedder that comes this week, right? Something like that. Then you play him next to him. CR7 and Cantona on top. It feels a little bit samey, honestly. So honestly, I don't think he's much better than he doesn't feel any better than my CR7 one to watch. So the player of the month is actually better than that one. And so if you have them, I wouldn't do him. If you have a quick, nimble striker, then this might be your perfect striker next to him. But like I said, he's got the best dynamic image in the game, I think, as well. So that helps. Would you do him? Only if you have a nimble striker, I think.
Well, I was going to ask if you're somebody who crosses a lot, would you do him, John, or somebody who likes to? I mean, is he somebody who backs into defenders?
Yeah, he's very strong,
way?
right? I think he's high in average. He's a strong guy. He's got 93 strength. Saying it to my mind, I think 93 strength. Yeah. So his heading accuracy is 93.
Right.
So jumping is 93. So without boosting anything, it's great. But most of the shots I just take were from his insane powerful green time shots. And here's my foot coaching tip of the day. While we're at it. Chris, we've been doing a lot of work with the pros lately, and this weekend we've been coaching, or not coaching, I should rephrase that. This weekend we have been analyzing the matches for E-Nations. amongst one of them was Belgium. So
Hmm.
what really stood out is that not every pro from Belgium, but also very much the opponents, even more so, don't green time all that much. And if you're
Right.
unaware what green time is, just to recap, you take a shot, you hit your shooting button, and the moment the foot is about to hit the ball, you hit the shooting button again. If you time that perfectly, you see a green mark at the top of your player. That's called green time. It's much more powerful, much more accurate, and it's very much trainable, really much trainable. I can't think about when I actually missed a green time shot myself because I'm just so hellbound of getting that right.
Hmm.
If you're on that level, I think it should be part of your system, and it really surprised me. And I think watching back of all the trainings over the last couple of weeks, we can see it in the data, right? Because we market green time shots. There's also
Yes.
about 5% of the players that take screen time shots from all the players we train. 5.8%. Let's say 6% of the players take a green time shot, right?
Hmm.
Why is that? I don't know. Did someone else tell you to turn that off? Is that you don't want to learn it? But if there's one skill in this game which everyone can do, which everyone can benefit from, it is practicing that green time shot. Go play squad battles. There's now the swaps is out. Go play squad battles. Make sure every shot you take is green time. You got no opposition there. You got a shot in, try to green time it. Don't switch your team around. You'll figure out how the timing is on these players, and you can go at it.
Yeah. I've tried it, John, and you can actually put the trainer on, and even in competitive games, you can set it so that actually, you know, you get the timer along the top of the head. The only problem I had is when I maybe got into the box and I was a little bit too quick. I double tapped it and I got the red, which seemed to make I missed a couple of chances when I thought, well, actually, if it was off, wouldn't have mattered, you know. But because if you press it too late, it doesn't have any effect, does it, on the actual shot itself? If you press it too early, especially in the reds, when you can have the problems. Am I right in saying that?
If you time it too late, so you time it, it's if you time it too early, it's red. If time it too late,
Too early.
it's gray. I think somehow.
It's no problem.
If you time it late, it's not a particular noticeable effect. If you time it too early, it goes very much off target, right?
Yeah.
It looks like hits on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a risk. But you can train this. You can practice this. Everyone can practice this. Starting now. If you listen to this, you turn on your Xbox. Well, not now, actually. Turn it on after you listen to this. Turn on your console, and then start practicing this. My golden tip. Please just go it. Everyone that says it's not worth it, 100%. I can't imagine people saying that. And I've heard some people. I've asked, why do you do it? I saw on YouTube you should turn it off. No, don't turn it off. If you don't want to use it, then don't use it. But if you can use it and you have the accuracy to practice this and you have it in your system, it will never, ever hurt you. We've seen sitters being missed. Like, hey, this Mbappe should have scored this. Well, green time it then.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not certain I could do it then. Yeah, but the way you shoot this without green timing it isn't a certain goal anyways. So how can it hurt? I just don't understand. So my tip, go practice it. Practice in squad battles. Yes, actually squad battles. Because it makes everything better, including the one we're talking about, Eric Cantona.
Just very quickly, John, and just wanted to ask you, would you do it for long shots to start with, or would you just practice all different types of shots
Just practice
till you get the time?
Practice everything. I think green time finesse
Everything.
shots are maybe a little bit overpowered even.
Mm-hmm.
But I even green time my headers.
Right, okay.
Because why wouldn't I?
Wow. Yeah, I know.
It's the hardest one to do, but I think once you know how to do it, it becomes part of your system, so you don't even think about it. Every time you do it, it's screen time.
Yeah.
Right. So
you've just got the timing down to pat. You just got it bang, whatever it is the timing is.
Yeah, it's like doing a
way.
tackle. It's like doing a pass. It's like walking around. If you do it enough, you get used to it. Yeah, you get a new striker in every week, then you have to relearn the timing because the animations might be a little bit faster or a little bit slower.
Okay.
Right? But hey, if you know the mechanics how it works, actually really easy to do.
No problem.
Okay, so stop complaining about missing sitters if you don't green time your shots. That's the conclusion of today.
Definitely.
All right, so Eric Cantona, I'm starting to rate him higher and higher every single match, but I'm still think it works better with a fast player next to it. On to the next one, Diaby, 92 rated wide winger. I put it in my team because I've used Costa. By the way, Costa, sorry Chris, best right back in the game. Here's my review.
No way, John.
No, no.
That's me. I'm off now. Come on, mate.
Okay, sorry. In the game. I said in the game, so that helps, right? But I could link him, of course, with Diaby. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this. And Cantona on top, French links, hey, let's go for this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's all right. That's all I can say. He's all right. He's fast. He's not Zaha bad. I think Zaha, I still have him in my team now because he fitted in that way. But I saw as invisible, right? He's fast and I lay the ball back because when you shoot, it's inaccurate. When you take a cross, it's inaccurate. So nothing very specific good about that. And I think Diaby is about the same for me. Then I put in a net fed card, which works twice as good already. So if I would say, what would Diaby get? It's like, if I can squeeze him out, I might actually just toss him into an SBC. I wouldn't even matter too much for me.
Wow.
I think it's 5 out of 10. It's 6 out of 10.
Because he's high, is it high medium? Is high attacking, medium defensive, so he should be good going forward.
And he was, when I subbed him in, he was terrific. So that's why I put him in my main squad. It's all right.
Do you think it's the lack of strength at 60 and aggression at 69 is the problem? I mean, everything else looks... I mean, he's positioning at 99 for shooting, and he's 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, 5'7", short and lean. Everything screams that this should be an absolutely wonderful card.
Maybe it's his left foot, but I think it might be his work rates though, because he's high medium, right? High low, I think. Even.
High low. High low. So surely he's an attacking player. Give him the ball, and he's going to want to, burst forward every 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that might be why he doesn't necessarily work for me, and he's invisible. Because I like my players to come back on defense, not sitting back, no drop back, don't worry there, but to be participating in the game. So he might not actually come too much into those good positions. That might be why he's invisible for me.
Could he be your fast player beside Cantona?
I was thinking about that, but try to link him right winger and then put him in striker. You need a striker to put as right winger, so it's going to be very complicated. Now I'm already using 3 centre backs, of which one I use as a centre defense midfielder. So it would be like I need a course in mathematicians to actually be able to build my team.
Well, there is actually someone on our wonderful Discord, John, you can speak to from just over $1 a week, the King of the North. I'm sure he could find you the proper squad if needed.
That's very true. You can check it out, by the way, if you go to patreon.com/footinreview. You get discounts to all things coaching. You get this show always at least half a day early as an audio podcast on your exclusive feed. So you don't even need to download anything for it. It just appears on your Spotify podcast or whatever list it is. It even says the words exclusive on it, which it is. And of course, you get the first masterclass every single month for free. Next one is upcoming next week already. So that would be free if you joined up. The Community Cup is starting again. And this one is not going to be in foot. There's a little bit of a surprise for you. So they're going to work on a new format there. There's extra benefits, but we'll talk about that one really soon. But I need to make sure we got the official statement to go for that. And of course, you get to listen into this show live as we do now. So thank you everyone for listening and live. And you get access, of course, to the whole crew without actually mattering which tier you're at. Every single tier just get direct access to messages. So go at it. Invite to the Discord server as well, very active. And of course, if you have a little bit of spare cash and you do want to support this show, you can become a Skybox holder. If you have a Skybox like Amar Reese, Artyom and Daniel have, or are, I should say, if you are a Skybox holder, you do pay a little bit extra, but you do get a free coaching session every single month included. You get high discounts on everything else we do. And of course, you get this very special shout out every single episode. And your name, of course, in the video podcast itself. And I can do this now without actually watching at the text, which means I've probably been doing this for way too long time. So Diaby, I think 6 out of 10. something like
Oh,
that.
it's
Maybe I put him
disappointing
as a
that, John.
striker. Maybe I should put him as a striker, but he doesn't. I wouldn't mind swapping him out. And there's one more player I want to talk about. And that is, of course, the friend of. You're really not gonna like this one, but Da Costa's buddy Ndika. How you pronounce it?
Yeah. Yep.
Marquinhos has lost his center defensive position to Ivan Ndika.
Wow.
Marquinhos is now playing center defense midfielder. What set this card apart is not only his speed, right? Because his speed is good. It's high medium, so that works, I think, very well. But also, he's a lefty. And that makes a whole difference for me, Chris.
Even with a 3-star weak foot?
Yeah, and I don't care about him passing with a shot, with a foot on the left foot. But I care about his west foot stepping outside when they take a shot. So I use him as a right center defender, which means if they step in and they want to take a shot, he puts his best foot out, and it's very much blockable. So, great player, great blocking, loves his left foot. He's insanely large. So him and Virgil van Dijk at the back is like, hello, look at this block, right? Vieira and Marquinhos on front of it should lead to, well, at least a little bit of fear in that. But yeah, this is amazing. I really like it. It's 230,000 on PlayStation, 217,000 on Xbox. It is a steal. He's French, so even if he didn't do Da Costa, you can probably link him somewhere. If he did do Da Costa, well, Da Costa with the new boost is an insane card, so perfect links as well. Yeah, insane. I would do it. Get him. Just get him. I know why you can't do it, but if you know
John, I'm no problem with doing them. I'll be honest with you. I've used these. I think it was his birthday card or one of those cards. It was a beautiful color card. I remember, right? It was a mainstay of my team. I just looking at him. He's no one that I think you probably would have picked that you'd have wanted for one of your centre backs, and that's a really interesting choice. Not being that massively expensive as well. Because acceleration 87, the sprint speed at 92, along with Van Dijk, is that not quite a slow centre back, or you're not getting caught out with speedy strikers these days?
Yeah, sometimes. So what I talk about my weekend league and review currently as well. Then, right? I think what happens sometimes is that there are two types of players. There's players that just want to get these matches going and go speedy Gonzalez at it, which I think is fine. And if players do that, then it's actually fair matches, can be really fun to play as well. And there's players that just play a 4-2-3-1. They just want to wait, and I don't think they want to see the world burden and just go for counters. Against these players, where I have most of the possession, where I am probably the better player, not necessarily, but I would think I'm more deservingly of a win. But what happens there is that if they toss a ball forward and the Son Salahs and Mbappe's and I don't know, the whole world runs past me, then they are somewhat lacking. And I think Ndika might be the faster one, but Virgil van Dijk is then sincerely an issue. So I can see on a later note, I can't get Cancelo out, but I can see when the players get even faster and faster and faster. And I think if someone builds a 4-2-3-1 video now, I could have done this, but I'm not standing behind that principles, right? But if you go 4-2-3-1 and you go for that counter attack, then every time you lose the ball, the rest of your field just slams forward. These kinds of defenders like Virgil van Dijk might be really much in trouble. What I built is a 4-4-2 formation with 2 CDMs, so the second variant. It's going to be on the Patreon as well this week. And that 4-4-2 is built to not lose the ball and actually make sure you get these goals in and be very stable. So they are very good at not conceding these counter-attacks, I think. And then it actually works. But yeah, any other formation, like I played the 4-2-2, any narrow formation will probably kill my back line. And the same goes for 4-3-3, 3-4-1-2. I saw a lot this weekend. I think someone made a video about that as well. 3-5-2 I've seen a lot, and they go for counters, and you're really easily caught up with, especially with the high rated, high fullbacks as well, right? They are probably all the way up. And even Cancelo and Da Costa can't keep up with Salah. So, yeah. Or Vinicius, by the way.
Are you? I mean, I've quite enjoyed playing with attacking fullbacks. How have you dabbled in that at all
Always.
this weekend league? Always, you always have that
Yeah.
on,
So
do you?
and I usually say in the videos for the tactics, I play my fullbacks always on balance.
Uh
Right.
huh.
I last time I used them on balance and inverted actually. That's a
Right.
whole different story. But there's a if you're leaking goals, if you think it's not stable enough, just put them on stay back for yourself. You can even put them
Hmm.
on conservative interceptions if that helps you as well. But just stay away from the actual balance. But I really like. I need my fullbacks to actually have a proper build up. The 4-2-3, which you posted as well, has balance and overlap and inverted fullbacks as well. I
Hmm.
really need them to be involved in the game. Hence why I think it's very important to have some good fullbacks that can actually get across and maybe take a shot as well.
Yeah.
And I always have two fullbacks on my bench because I use them so often. They probably won't even make it past the. If the
Right.
extra time hits, I probably need to sub them out first, right? So
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. So you're using the D-pad instruction, John. So you maybe start them on stay back and then use the D-pad instructions
no,
attacking fullbacks. No, no.
I just toss them on balance and inverted or overlap right away, just as part of my
Right.
tactics.
And that's because you've got the three centre backs who are able to lock the back door. Then is that what you've got there? Then
I got two center
two.
defenders,
Sorry, two. Yep.
but I also have one CDM that's actually on stay between defenders. So on draw
Right.
between defenders to cut out that through ball. Because I think if the through ball does hit, it hurts, right? So
So as opposed to say stay back, you've actually got that CDM as dropping between defenders then to make a three as such.
exactly, yeah. So even
Yep.
though you play it at four at the back,
Uh
usually it
huh.
means the fullbacks are all the way up, and if you then concede a counter attack, you're not playing four against two defenders, but at least
Uh
it's going
huh.
to be 4-2-3 defenders. So,
Right. Okay. No problem.
well, that makes sense though.
Interesting.
But
Yeah. No, it does make sense. I'll give it a try. I'm always a 4-1-2-1-2 type of guy. But I do find the CDM does get caught out. And I do, I play with Van Dijk and Maldini, and I find they sometimes do get caught with a through ball. You're playing that person who has like, the 10 guys behind the ball, and he's just waiting for that one chance with the placed pass, sorry, and then he's able to break really quickly. And I find that then I'm struggling a little bit, so I may try putting that CDM in Vieira as a drop between defenders.
yeah, I'd go at it. And if you're not using
Mhm.
that CDM as actually a CDM, I think the 4-3-1-2 is actually a better formation to play than a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow.
Right, okay,
But yeah, good try.
definitely. I will
Okay.
give it a go.
There's news on the upgrade front as we speak now, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely true that the people, so as I was, couldn't be doing the upgrade as we see once we already did them, but they just changed it in by actually putting out the same SBCs once again. So the SBCs have been pushed out again with the same name, but these times are repeatable from the start.
Ah, good,
So
good, good.
good fix, and fast. Won't lie, that's actually within 2 hours of the problem. So that's
Yeah,
fine. That's fine.
as we know, they listen to the pod, John, so they've got it fixed thanks to us.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they're also in the Discord. Also, how would they know,
Definitely.
right? I don't know who hashtag EA Spy is in the channel, but welcome on board.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Chris. I got nothing to add, mate. I'm looking forward to actually play this game. I need 5 more weekly matches going.
Oh,
Honestly,
good luck, mate.
I'm not too bothered about this. So I'm at 9 wins currently. I might just give him away. It's not been my best weekend. I had a great start, but I messed up today.
Mhm.
Also because of a tuning formations, which wasn't wise to do, and I tried to rush it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking maybe just 9 or 11 and call it quits there. Might be skipping Ligun though, because like I said at the start of the podcast, you can overload yourself playing this game. And I think I've definitely been playing a whole lot lately, and all in good fun. And I won't do it, but I think a little break won't hurt me this weekend.
No, well, I was just going to say, John, because you can play squad battles to get your icon swaps.
Yeah, so we didn't actually go into depth in squad battles, but these are very, very obvious. No big things, big changes there. But I would definitely admire someone that could play my squad battles. Yeah.
So if anybody's out there wants to play John's squad battles, you join the Discord. Let us know.
Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, I don't care too much, right? So I have not done much swaps. I won't do much swaps.
Yeah. No, I get that.
That is one of the modes where if I go in, I know I'll get frustrated left or right. Even if I do it fast, then I'll get bad messages. If it doesn't work, I'll be bummed out by the fact that I sort of wasted my time. I love squad battles if you play against legendary AI, right? And you put the competitive mode on. It's actually pretty brilliant and good practice. But you can't afford doing that when you're grinding the swaps because you actually just want to win. So what it ends up is you score a goal, you put your controller on top, and you make sure you keep your right stick switching on, right? That it just doesn't disconnect you. And then you go, I don't know, make a cup of tea or something. And that's not how I would like to spend my mornings, at least.
I agree. Yeah, I think as well as if, unless you really want one of those players, and fair play if you're grinding towards Rotula, I take my hat off to you. I think the team of the season players at the moment are far better than most of these icons that you're able to get, or on par with them at least.
I 100% agree. Any dad jokes to close off with?
Yeah, did you know that, so in Jamaica, an apple pie slice costs you $3.50, and in the Bahamas it costs you $4. That's because they are the pie rates of the Caribbean.
I can. A little. You get a little applause. You get a little applause for that. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
I don't know, mate.
You follow the Fresh Prince. Alrighty, guys. See you this Wednesday where Daniel is making his return, and I don't know the topic he will be discussing. And of course, I will be returning this Friday because this Wednesday is going to be all about Conference League for me. And this Friday is all about League Ultimate Season. Also, if you listen to this and you have a player review you want to send in, you can send us to on all social media. But you can also leave us a voice message by going to anchor.fm/foot-and-review/message. And if you leave us a message there, even if it's a review, if it's a player review, if it's just saying hi, well, as long as you keep it nicely language, we'll actually be able to push it out on the show as well. So that's anchor.fm/foot-and-review/message. Go ahead, enjoy, have a great day, and we'll see you all this Wednesday, but it's time for us to drop it.
Drop it.